Hey guys, today we're going to do an unplugged video and we've got a really awesome question in from Jin. And Jin is asking this question around, is it a common norm where SMEs lend money or give out cash advances to blue-collar employees? How should we eliminate this situation where they don't borrow more in advance? Now, I understand this can be a very difficult place to be. I understand this question very much, Jin. Thank you for asking. But I also want to say that it is actually very normal for employees to borrow money, but when they do, it does a lot of it creates a lot of unspoken tension in a company. And sometimes they're borrowing money from the bosses, that's fine, but sometimes they're borrowing money from each other as well. So I understand the situation, and here are some ideas that I've got that we've applied across several of our clients. I hope it helps you as well. So the question is, how do we eliminate this situation? Sometimes eliminating it may be hard, but you're reducing it. So the first thing that you can do is, when you do decide to lend money to a said employee, the most important thing is to have a payment plan in place. Don't make it easy for them to borrow. So if they're going to borrow $1,000, they're going to borrow $2,000, or they're going to borrow $100, make sure that there is a payment plan in place, and the payment plan just deducts their salary on a monthly basis. And before they know it, they're going, oh, okay, how come my salary is so little? Well, because you borrow all this money. And that of course prevents them. It's a deterrent for them, but if at the end of the day they still cannot manage the money, then that's another problem, which actually brings me to number 2. What you can also do, and a lot of businesses, I know some very good businesses, they hire a lot of different people that are sometimes coming to work for the first time. You know, they have their first job, and you know, having that 1,500, 2,000 ringgit, they're going, oh wow, this is great, I got money to spend, and then they don't know how to manage the money. So what some businesses do, and some of our clients do this, they actually have financial management classes. Now you can get an external trainer coming in, teaching them how to plan their money, how to pay themselves their savings first, how to manage their lifestyle spending, credit card spending. Or I know some business owners that just do it for their teams. So business owners, they actually literally sit down and say, okay everybody, let's take a look at how you want to spend. So help employees to set up a plan. So that is again financial management, just to teach them, because we're assuming that they do not know how, and once they know how, the competencies are in place, they probably won't borrow so much money. Number 3, and if you want to make sure that borrowing money from your co-workers, from each other, this is somewhat of an issue. I know some companies that have too much of borrowing going on, and sometimes it creates a little bit of a hostile environment because people just feel very uncomfortable with working alongside somebody that's borrowed money before, or borrowed money and did not pay. That's where it gets a little bit hostile. And if you want to curb that a little bit, Jin, in your company, if that's really going on, you might want to do a bit of a town hall, an announcement as to say, look, everybody, I know that money can be a very sensitive subject. Do a town hall and announce, but if anybody comes to you and says that they want to borrow money from you, or they want to, now the last thing that you do is that you take those into your own hands just because you want to help. And I know that all of you here, you're very happy to help your fellow co-workers, but the first thing that you got to do is you got to highlight it to management. So when you share this, people are more aware that, okay, people are going to borrow money. And the people that actually plan to borrow that money, they're going to be a little bit more cautious in doing so. Now, there are probably less damages when the said employee comes to you, the bosses or the directors, to borrow money. But if they go quietly among themselves, this can create a different kind of environment, an undercurrent that maybe you're not aware of. So in some ways, it is a little bit better, it's less worse if the employee comes to you asking for money. At least you know and you can manage it. Yeah. So Jin, this is a very good question. Thank you very much for asking. I suppose now that you've asked it, I'm able to share all this very good information with everybody else. Thanks for the question. Have a great business and have a great life, because being in business is about having more life. Take care.